Hey everyone, how's it going? Today we're putting next-gen consoles on the back burner and instead talking about a game that will surely unite us all, Cyberpunk 2077, which in case you haven't seen yet has gone gold. Finally! But before we get going, as always, if you like these videos, don't forget to give us a like, a subscribe, and hit that bell so that you never miss a beat. You guys are the reason we keep doing this. CD Projekt Red's game has finally entered its gold phase, which in case you don't know what the hell that means because gaming lingo can be a bit confusing at times, don't worry, because that's why you've got us. Going gold basically means that the release version of the game is complete. We tip our hats to the Cyberpunk team and everyone else at the company, because it means that they can start producing and distributing physical copies of the game to stores around the world. We're one step closer, yes! The news was confirmed via the game's official Twitter account with a photo of the world's most beloved man, Keanu Reeves, holding up a gold disc. This means that without a doubt, we will be able to visit Night City starting November 19th on PS5, Xbox One, and PC. It'll also be possible to play the game on next-gen consoles as soon as they're released, thanks to backward compatibility and the console's ability to automatically improve the game. But if you want to play it in its full next-gen console glory, you're gonna have to wait until sometime in 2021, because that's when the game will be fully optimized and raring to go on the PS5 and Xbox Series X. Seriously though, can you think of a better way to start off the next generation? Exactly, we can't either. We literally shed a tear when we heard the news. 100% confirmed. Thank you to the powers that be. It's been a long road, with Cyberpunk first being announced way back in 2012, and then 2 massive delays. And now finally, something positive, no, something great has come out of 2020. So now we're just counting down the days to November 19th. Give us a like if you're just as excited as we are. And as is the case, whenever a new game is on the horizon and within reach, leaks start popping up. So, what is it this time? Well, it appears the map for Night City has been leaked. The map was shared by a Reset Era user, and it appears to be the map that will be included in the physical version of the game. From what we can tell, this map will be a lot more compact than the one found in The Witcher 3. It's smaller than what we expected, to be honest, but who knows what it'll be like in the actual game. The map shows off big buildings in the city center with more open areas on the outskirts. Originally, CD Projekt had said that the map for Cyberpunk would be larger than the one in The Witcher 3, so let's take a look at why they said that and why the map looks like it's smaller. One simple explanation is that they said there would be overlapping levels and an underworld that you wouldn't be able to see from an above-ground point of view. So while the map might look smaller than The Witcher 3's on the surface, we can assume that these other levels will make up for it. And if you ask us, a world based going down and sublevels sound really awesome. Our interactions with the world and the gameplay would be more compact than on a map that's super spread out, and it's something that we would really like to experience. So fingers crossed that all the hype around this game is real, because we really don't want to be disappointed when we play it on November 19th. If we are, let's just say we might shed a few tears. These 3 postcards were also leaked, and apparently they'll be included in the physical version of the game. They give us a peek into the world of Cyberpunk, and they really remind us of GTA 5, which we take as a good sign since we have so many good memories attached to it. To get ready for the arrival of Cyberpunk 2077, we're going to do a quick run-through of the top headlines that have popped up about the game in recent weeks. And the first one is, the game's main storyline will be shorter than originally expected. CD Projekt broke the news, saying that a lot of players had complained about the length of The Witcher 3, so they listened and decided to make Cyberpunk's main story shorter. With that being said, don't expect a game that you can finish in one sitting, unless you're a vampire and don't need to sleep. Also, from what's been reported, your character will have 3 different origin stories to choose from. This could mean that you'll have different experiences depending on which origin you choose, and maybe even different endings. Who knows? And while the number of side quests hasn't yet been confirmed, knowing CD Projekt, there will be plenty of them, which will undoubtedly give us hours of extra gameplay. One of the main reasons they decide to make the main story shorter is because they really want us to see the ending they spent so much time working on. This decision, as we said in previous videos, has really divided fans. Some people say that they want a longer story if the game is as good as The Witcher 3, and that there's no need to shorten anything if the quantity matches the quality, whereas others disagree with this argument entirely. But we'll just have to wait and see, won't we? And don't worry too much about it, because CD Projekt Red has already confirmed that they'll release new updates and patches to add more content to the game, and it'll be totally free. So if you're still upset that the main storyline is shorter, just focus on facts like these. We'd also like to point out that in the beginning, they said that the game would come with online multiplayer mode. But as it turns out, this is no longer the case. Players will have to wait until 2021 to get their hands on that feature. To be honest though, we're not really into multiplayer mode being added to games like this. We'd much rather that the developers focus on creating the best storyline possible, rather than having the ability for us to play with other people. Maybe that's just us though. What do you guys think? One thing we've been thinking about a lot recently is the news about CD Projekt forcing employees to crunch, despite having previously said that they would never do this. The only upside to this is that unlike at other companies, CD Projekt will pay their staff for overtime, and just like in previous years, they'll split 10% of the company's profits from 2020 amongst their employees. This is a great gesture that we think other companies should copy. Now, the last thing we'll say about this, since we're trying to focus on positive things today, is that we found out that CD Projekt was enforcing crunch about a week ago, and now we're being told that Cyberpunk has gone gold. So we really hope that the game doesn't have a bunch of startup bugs, or that they'll at least come out with a big update shortly after it's released. But hey, we're sure they've got things under control. They're not Sony after all. Plus, we're pretty sure that they've learned their lesson from The Witcher 3, which was full of bugs when it first came out, and that's why it didn't get the best reviews right off the bat. Plus, in the end, The Witcher 3 did amazing, and the rest is history. From what we've seen, Cyberpunk 2077 without a doubt is going to be a very strong contender for Game of the Year, with permission of course from Ghost of Tsushima. And although it's true that we weren't too happy that it won all those awards without even being done yet, we have to admit that it looks pretty damn good. And we will always stand by our opinion that when CD Projekt Red sets their mind to do something, it's going to be fucking amazing. So our bets are on Cyberpunk being crowned the Game of the Year, which would mean at least a couple of positive things have happened in this clusterfuck known as 2020. With all of that being said, we simply cannot wait for November, next-gen consoles, and of course Cyberpunk 2077. As always, we want to hear from you. What kind of expectations do you have for this game? Are you even gonna buy it? Let us know what you think about the alleged map of Night City and how you feel about the main story being shorter than expected. We really like the idea of a more compact map with a lot of different levels. And we actually prefer that to the idea of a massive map where you're too busy running around between towns and eating beans to get anything done. We can't wait to hear from you, and don't forget to subscribe if you liked this video. And as always, thanks for watching and see you next time.